Now, yesterday, the shares of NEO finished down 0.25%. This resulted in the shares of NEO finishing the day trading at $7.44. This, when you look at the entire week, NEO was down 0.8%, meaning that the kind of share price that we saw NEO starting trading at on Monday is the kind, or it's almost the same share price it finished trading of the end of the week or yesterday. Now, ladies and gents, it is very important that in as much as we are seeing the share price of NEO performing this way, Wall Street remains of course bullish onto NEO, because as seen on the screen, you'll notice that this company on NEO in Wall Street, it is still having a moderate buy with an average price 12 months target of around $14.24, which is a plus 91% from where NEO is currently trading at the moment. This simply means that Wall Street still see, of course, the share price of NEO performing or improving in the next 12 months, which is something that, of course, has to also give us hope over and above the fundamentals that we are seeing or we read about NEO almost on a day-to-day. Now, one thing that, of course, I have to bring to your attention is that a lot of Wall Street analysts don't see NEO becoming profitable in the year 2024, that is next year, right? But rather they see NEO, of course, becoming profitable in the year 2025. But what NEO is, of course, aiming for is to become profitable for the year 2024. And of course, suppose this share price, or this, of course, average share price target, or the share price target from Wall Street, it is factoring that NEO is of course going to be profitable by 2025, whereas NEO themselves, they are targeting profitability by the year 2024, which, should we get to see profitability by 2024, I think share price wise, NEO might outperform even this average purchase share price, or this price target set by Wall Street. Well, I know that, of course, Chinese stocks, there are a lot of things that, of course, follow them, like geopolitics and all those kind of things. But ladies and gents, this, of course, NEO, it is a stock that share price wise, when we also factor those geopolitical issues or things that happen time and again, but this is a stock that, should NEO gets to profitability by 2024, we are going to see, of course, the share price of NEO performing even much better than, of course, where these Wall Street analysts are believing. Chances are very high that we might get to see way more gains than what Wall Street analysts are expecting on NEO. Now, before we dig deep into this video, you already know that this video is just an entertainment video and not a professional financial advice video. I would really appreciate if you can just hit the likes button if you enjoy, or if you are enjoying the content that I'm giving you about NEO's price target and where we might see it being at in the next year or so, looking at the fact that one thing that, like I said, Wall Street analysts, or many Wall Street analysts on NEO, is they see NEO becoming profitable in 2025, whereas NEO is targeting 2024, which, to get to know, or to get to think what we might see if NEO really gets profitable in 2024, what that can do to the stock price, makes me wonder the kind of share price we might see NEO getting to, especially that we know that, of course, analysts are expecting or have a 12-month price target of around $14.24 on NEO. I personally think that we could see that number easily double if NEO becomes profitable, or in other words, we could see NEO getting to over $28 per stock, should they get to see profitability within the next coming 12 months. And yes, of course, I know we need to factor in that it might or not happen, but should it happen, I think share price wise, we might actually see NEO doing pretty good in the next 12, or in the next coming 12 months. I mean, you will know that NEO, one of the things that we read this week is that, of course, over and above the sales growth that we might see coming next year, NEO from next year, ladies and gents, especially after the first half, their first factory, which is Jack NEO, ladies and gents, chances are very high that they are going to acquire that and all of course the money that they were paying to their partner Jack, they might be retaining, or they'll be retaining that, which of course the gross margins, or the kind of gross margins that Jack was generating from their partnership, it is the same gross margins that will be now added into Neo's, of course, gross margins, which is something that is quite good right now. I know that, like I said, this of course profitability right now, the picture is not that clear, but one of the things that I think personally it will boost or give a serious boost into the profitability of Neo next year, it is of course the sales, or the starting of the sales of their sub brand, or the starting in sales of their sub brand, namely Alps, which you know, or many of you already know that of course the price of the model of the Alp sub brand model will be way cheaper than the existing Neo models, which is something that if that, or when that takes place, then the sales of Neo are expected to improve, or are expected to of course skyrocket, because Neo now will not be only selling expensive models or vehicles to the of course middle upper class, but they will also now catering for the mass market, which is the kind of vehicles that almost anyone who's working can afford. This is something that to me it is very important, and that is a big catalyst going into 2024, because over and above this, the fact that those people, they will be buying a quality or a premium vehicle between 200 and 300,000, they will also be benefiting or seeing benefits that comes with Neo of bus or battery as a service, which entails them also utilizing or enjoying the benefits of swapping the battery in their car. So I think of course the future is bright, and share price wise, chances are, should Neo of course start with the sales of the sub brand helps around Q3, then chances are very high Q4 numbers will come in very good, which of course that might result Neo to becoming profitable in the Q4, or Q4 becoming that quarter where Neo becomes profitable, which is something that will be so amazing to see. Whereas if they start selling that vehicle or the sub brand helps beginning of course Q3, then chances are we might see that Q3 also becoming that quarter that we might see Neo turning to profitability. So I'm looking forward, and I'm hopeful that we could see this 12-month price target set by Wall Street changing drastically after they see the profitability coming sooner than they expect, which is something that I think, this to me, it's good news. So I know share price wise, like I said, this $7.44 which we saw Neo closing at yesterday, it's not pleasing. I mean, to me myself also, it's not pleasing. I don't like seeing Neo being at the bottom of the belly like this. I mean, the PS ratio of Neo, it's right now below 2, which of course when you compare to their peers, it is really low. And I think it's an opportunity looking at the kind of potential that lies within this Neo stock. I know right now the Neo picture might not be that clear, but a blue sky will come, I think, and those that persevere or are persevering throughout these headwinds are going to be rewarded. Personally, this week when I saw, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday, I increased my holdings onto Neo, and I'm proud to own 1,800 shares at the dot, which is something that makes me to be really excited, because ladies and gents, I've been fighting and fighting, loading the boat whenever I can. I think I'm so glad, or one thing that I'm glad about, especially when I look at the share price of Neo, is that I managed to bring my average share price down to $23. And before this, of course, sharp falls, or witness these sharp falls, my average share price on Neo was over $36, and now to get to see it sitting at 23 makes me to be really excited as a new investor, because when that period comes where we see Neo heading back to the $66.99 all-time high, it will make me to be really excited, because now I've invested more. I have a lot of shares onto Neo, and I will be very excited to be able to of course see the kind of gains I'll be making when that happens. So I remain bullish, long and strong onto the Neo stock, and I know that right now, though it might seem that things are not going well for NEO, but I think things will improve. I mean, gross margins are expected to improve from now in Q3, and this will mean a lot to, of course, investors or those that invest onto the NEO stock, because it is one of the most important things that, of course, investors have been worried about onto NEO in recent quarters, and to get to see it that we will be seeing an improvement will make me to be, of course, or will excite those that are investing onto the NEO stock. Another thing is cash and cash equivalent. One of the things that investors would want to see is, of course, the cash at hand on NEO increasing rather than decreasing, which is something that I think, probably because NEO has uh, done a lot of projects and they've gotten it out of the way, we might see that also improving in the coming quarters. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I make tons and tons of stock market investing videos. And if you think that this video was amazing, please don't forget to hit the like button, comment and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click the notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey. For you buying NEO for the very first time, it is always good that you do your own due diligence so that you don't get to panic sell when you see sharp falls, sharp drops onto this stock. Otherwise, that's all from me, and God bless you all.